Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've posted anything. Obviously now with quarantine and all that crap that's going on, I won't go over it or into it too much. We've been stuck at home, so we've been doing a few little modifications to the bike. A few you might have seen in the last video, or even the video before. We put a Sissy bar on the back, which we're going to go over building our own Sissy bar. Some people like to modify their bikes themselves and make it their own, which is always good, sometimes better than buying something straight off the internet and then just whacking it on your bike. It's yours, no one else has the same thing, which is always cool. So the whole point of this Sissy bar is for a luggage rack, or for a bag rack, that it won't be on the bike all the time. It'll be on generally for overnight trips and long distance trips. So the plan was this year, until this corona, was to do some weekend overnight trips with one of my mates, Al, and I didn't want to run a backpack. I wanted something that was on the bike and could serve a great purpose in carrying quite a bit of, personal items and all the rest of it. So I went with this. It's called the Biltwell Exfil80. It's quite a large bag, a little bit bigger than I was hoping, but it is a great bag and it has some great storage options. So it just unclips, unrolls. It's got a large section of Velcro at the top to seal it. Humongous bag, absolutely huge. In the front, or actually has a backrest here, built into the front section, which is actually a tool carrier. So you can put spanners or any tools, anything like that. It's got a fluorescent, it's got a fluorescent zip bag that you can pull out, put tools in and walk up to your bike or another bike if you're on the side of the road. It's got a little clip here. If you run a key fob, you could put your key fob in there. You know, it's safe, it's not going anywhere. Next question, is it waterproof? Well, it isn't actually waterproof, but it does come with a waterproof cover, which is located in the bottom. I'm not going to pull it out and put it over it. I will eventually put it over it once it's on the bike, and we can see what it looks like there. So that's a Biltwell Exfil80, great bag. Yes, I haven't used it for a long weekend yet, but what it does have is great and it will serve its purpose immensely. Okay, so we are pretty much doing something similar to what the witch doctors used to make. It's unavailable from them these days. I was going to go down this route and try and buy one. I did contact them, and they told me that they no longer make these Sissy bars, so I had no other choice but to make my own. Okay, so first off we've got to make some brackets. I've done some measuring of where it mounts up, the distance between the two holes. I've roughed out a shape that I'm after. I'm lucky enough to have been a sign writer and still do it sort of part-time. So we're going to cut these out in vinyl, put them onto some backing paper and create a template. So we've got our templates here. I'm using just 3mm mild steel plate. I picked it up from our local steel place, $2.50, quite a big bit. What I'm going to do, just give it a clean, and I'll put these decals on here and I'll just trace around them with a texter and then cut them out. So we've got our template on our plate. We're going to first drill out these holes. They're 9mm holes, so we'll start off with the pilot hole and work our way up, and then we'll cut out the plates. Okay, at the present moment my son's asleep and I want to cut these out, so I've come out the front and I'm just going to tack screw this pretty much to some timber. Give me a good base to cut off. Okay guys, cut out these brackets, cleaned them all up, made them match. The holes aren't that great, but they'll work. Next we have to bend them. So I've worked out we've got to run 20mm from the bottom. That's where the bend's got to go. So we'll just scribe that. Scribe the next one. I'm going to drop this into the scribe, where the scribe mark is, slightly above it, and actually slightly on it, into the vise. And what I'll do is get a cutting disc and cut through right flush on top of that vise into the metal about 1 million, which will then give us some access to fold it in so that it will come in across the top of the fender on the back of the bike. Should be good enough. Let's do the next one. Okay, we've trimmed what we need to trim out of the back. We're in the vise now, ready to bend it. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'll just check it with a protractor to make sure I've got the right degrees, and then we'll go from there. So unfortunately we didn't get any footage of us bending the bar, so I headed around to my uncle's house to use his oxy. We used it and bent it around a bar tube to get the desired curve, and then a few photos of us fitting it up and welding it to the brackets on the back of the bike. Okay, here we have finished welded up piece just before it goes off the powder coat. Turn around. Brackets are all being finished up and grinded down. Got our crossbar in. So yeah, can't wait to see what it looks like once it's done in satin black. As you can see, over time things have changed a little bit. The solo seat is gone. We now have this touring seat. After bugging a guy on the internet for about 3 months, he finally gave in and sold it to me, which is going to help heaps with the higher backrest to help me with my lower back problems from my accident. So we're going to pull all this apart and put our Sissy bar on, give you a look what it's going to look like with a bag on, and then we're going to get it off the powder coat on Monday. Okay, bag's on, connects all through the Sissy bar there. Obviously I've got to clean up all these extra straps and things that are in the way. But yeah, that's it. It's got all molly straps on the side you can use. Obviously there's a bit of a distance between here and the backrest. Probably use that once on the cruise control. And get to all your stuff there. Easy access to items. Put some keys and things in there. Stuff you don't need. Stuff you don't want to fall out of your pockets. You can put your wallet in there. It's perfect. So yeah, obviously get the Sissy bar off the powder coat on Monday and see how that turns out. It's going to be satin black. So yeah, should be good.
The next day.
Okay guys, we have our Sissy bar back from powder coat and pretty stoked with it. So yeah, end result's great. Just have to get out once this COVID crap's over and test it out with the bag on the back. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time. Okay, I don't normally run this without the guard on it, but having trouble getting it to fit, so just like I said, I'm just going to scribe it in there and so we can bend it over. That was cool, wasn't it? Fell off. Like you ended up.